Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Mark from Solar Games, and today we're doing a quick audit video of I think it's like 2 sets that I picked up recently. Just more for putting them on camera, have a video evidence for what I purchased, but also kind of share with you what I've been picking up recently. So, pretty small set, nothing amazing. You know, there are a couple reserve lists here or there. You know, I love older cards, but it's just kind of fun to go through, walk through time, and see what some of these collectors have. So. Let's put some visual eye candy up for, we're going to go through, like, I guess maybe the best cards here so far. So obviously some reserve list stuff, Metalworkers, Fast Bond, pretty straightforward. One unlimited, this one, and then one revised. I think this unlimited one and the Metalworkers actually kind of beat up. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's heavy played, you know, so I think the Metalworker actually, I've marked it in the black sleeve, so this is actually damaged. Yeah. There's like a bend, there's a crease in there. Still, first Metalworker I have in my collection, so it'll be good for verification purposes. That's useful. This unlimited Fast Bond, not too bad, works. So this one is a Judgment foil. The cool thing about this is actually there is a misprint on this card. If you can see that, look at the tap symbol. It's kind of a little bit off of the kind of like that circle. So interesting. I'm not sure if it's worth anything. I just set it aside because it's still in pretty good condition other than the misprint. So something fun. Let's see. Let's go through this pile here first, right? So this pile is just a bunch of like different foils I picked up. There's like some of these foreign stuff. There's a whole entire Fairy Rogue deck in here. So it's kind of nice because this entire deck is pretty neat. Right, has all the mana bases already in it. Yep, and then some of these old school foils. I love these old school foils and how they look. Like, you know, look at this like Thorn Elemental. You got these kind of, just all these old school foils. They just look really nice. Financial value wise, they're not worth too much. And here, let me show you something cool. So for those that don't know, the you know, if you're aware of Magic, like starting with Unlimited all the way to 10th edition, they had the white borders, right? So this is 7th edition, but this 7th edition has black border. That's not inked or anything. The cool thing about the foil in 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th editions, when they started doing the foils, they are black border. So the foils are black border, whereas the white border version are the non-foils. So it's a very simple way to look. But also they have, of course, the shooting star foil. It's pretty easy to tell when it's a shooting star. Anyways, just a bunch of different foils. I love these cards. I don't think they're worth much, if anything, but it's just a pile of them. Like, I think they're like 20, 30 cents each. Look at that 9th edition Black Border Sarah Angel. Just, it's really nice to look at, right? So, anyways. Yes, but actually in the 9th edition, here's another change. So in the 9th edition, you'll notice there's no more shooting star for the foil anymore. It's just a black border. So you can still tell it's a foil because it's in black border. Yeah, that's the foil stack. All right, so let's talk about some other juicy stuff we got here. All right, so what kind of fun things? I think that's right. I picked apart the fairies deck. Actually, this is the other half of it. So some, you know, Drowned Catacombs, Secluded Glen, Scepter, Spellstutter Sprite, pretty good modern card, right? Sign of Ona, Queen of the Fae, really severely down, but it is still the, I think that's the Morning Tide. Or Eventide like version. Ancestral Vision, Bind, Counter Spells, Bolts, Teferi's Toolbox, Relentless Assault, I guess this is a different set. Beast Within, Thoughtseize, Shinka, Reliquary Tower, more Thoughtseize, Jites, Chalice of the Void, Elvish Piper. This is the other stuff I got that's kind of cool. So I had a Bitter Blossom in that fairy deck. That's Morning Tide, okay, and then of course we have Phyrex Arena and Dublin Cube, different sets. So this is all kind of combined together. So sorry, not quite in the order that they were when I first got them, but you know, kind of sorting through a little bit. Come over to this box here. Nothing crazy. A stack of old school like dark, right? The dark cards here. I think there's probably some legends in here as well. So. Here, oh, actually, you know what? Radiant and Second Chance are reserve lists, so not worth too much, but they're there. Oh, I guess with also Multani. So these are reserve list cards. I should probably put them in a different pile. Some Legends cards. Again, not super crazy, but again, just Legends is so short printed. That's, you know, how it is. And actually kind of cool, in this set I had 2 beta, invisibility. Invisibility is fairly common, I think. I see it in a lot of sets, but you know, always seeing them in beta is always a treat. Over here, we just have some of these like, so this is, you know, one of the sets I purchased is definitely from one of these like tournament people. So people who like, you know, really go through tournaments, get a bunch of these like special tournament cards. This is a different thing. All right, so for example, these are all the special tournament frames. Like you have a Herald, right? Infest, Flame Javelins, Remove Souls. These are the textless full art cards. They're really, really cool actually. So again, I think some of them probably could be worth, like Herald, obviously, you can just use it. You can use it in most commander. But Infest, Javelins, you know, these are maybe not as important, but just kind of cool. And along with these kind of collections, I always get these fun like art cards here. So these are just custom art cards. They're not real Magic cards. These are like basically custom done. This is a full art Sarah's Angel, right? And then we have, of course, like a Dune Oakenshield here. We have a Garza. I actually don't know what card this is. Is it a vampire? Garza something. Of course, we also have a Slither Queen. It's actually one of my favorite cards. I explicitly made an offer to get this card because I really like this card. So this is a Slither Queen that's the art of Kerrigan from StarCraft. If you ever played StarCraft, this is the character. Just fun things. Probably not financially worth anything, but I'm probably never going to sell that anyways. Just more goes in my collection forever. One of the cool things, so let's see what else we have here. Yes, so let's talk about these things, right? So cards that are worth something but could be damaged. So here's the problem. I think what happened here is, you see these little humans that are drawn on these cards? I actually think this is the, let's see, somebody drew this on the card just for fun or whatever. The problem is now these cards are basically damaged, so they're kind of useless, right? Similarly, these are damaged cards, or this one, like somebody cross out birds. It, again, doesn't really matter, but the fact that it's done. I did have a Verdurn Enchantress Unlimited. The problem with this card, however, is that it is actually damaged because somebody wrote in the back. So that just makes this card worthless. So these are kind of like, ooh, and then turns into, you know, hey, not so great. Again, tournament people. So this person had a ton of these foreign cards too, right? So again, of course, as I'm going through here, you can probably start seeing some of these tournament cards are probably worth money. It's going to be a slow going for me to go and verify what's worth. Oh, Desolate Warehouse, Desolation Angel, right? Overrun, cards I still recognize by the art. What is this? This is from Kaladesh. It's like Life Crafters something, right? So you can see some of these cards. Here, let's go in the back. I think, yeah, here, for example, Temple, obviously, worth quite a bit of money. Not sure what it's worth in the Japanese, but there's a lot of these foreign cards. So this person, right, Lightning Greaves, you can just slot this in. People know what Lightning Greaves are. The foreign text really doesn't do too much. You know, Underworld Realms, I think, something like that. Anyways, you know, so these kind of cards like are kind of interesting, right? Oh, here's a reserve list, but it's this is Italian, Mondo. Italian or Spanish? Italian, D. Yeah, so this is Italian Mirage, right? When I purchased this set, the person that was talking to me about these, she actually thinks these are worth quite a bit of money. I think at least in the tournament crowd that they were trading it back and forth between them. So to me, not worth so much because, excuse me, not worth too much because, again, it's just cards that are like kind of, you know, for me, it's like I can't really read them, especially some of the cards are more complicated. I'm not, you know, that familiar with this games to be able to rattle off every card, even though I kind of did for a couple. All right, so come over here. We have some signed cards. These are kind of cool. So these are actually, I verified over later that these are actually signed by the artist. So this one, for example, is signed by Darkin, I think the guy's name is, right? So the artist, this is like a various artists signed this mountain. Probably, again, these are what happens when you go to tournaments. You meet these people and then you get them to sign your cards, right? Martina signed this one, right? These islands are Martinez Islands. Therese Nielsen. So this is actually a little controversial, right? I think she doesn't draw for Magic anymore. So her cards are now worth a little bit more because, well, you know, she doesn't draw for Magic anymore. And I actually have quite a bit of Therese Nielsen signatures in here. This one's RK Post. I know that looks like a like somebody like damaged the card or drew on it. That's actually RK Post's signature. So if you can see, there's an R, there's a K, and he says he write Post in there. Again, Therese Nielsen. This is Matt Kavoda, Martina, Therese Nielsen, right? Post Kavoda, Martina, etc. So, you know, you can just see it goes on. Some of the fun stuff in here is when Darkin kind of actually like painted a phoenix, probably his symbol, onto the Contagion engine, right? It's useful. Eternal Witness signed by Therese Nielsen. These are probably kind of like worth something. And I do have a Ristic Study signed by her as well, so that's really, really nice. And of course, Thomas Baxter signed foil Solus one. Again, not worth that much, but yeah. So this card could be worth something, but in general, I'm not a big fan of signed cards, just because I think for the people that it means something to, they could be worth quite a bit. But for the people that it doesn't mean anything to, now that card is just damage, right? So what else do we have in here? So at least what I've sorted through, there's this much like just old school cards. Quite a bit of this stuff is just commons, right? From Onslaught, Scourge, Legions, etc. I think there should be a couple rares in here, maybe not in this box, but in a different box. There's actually quite a bit of rare. So one of the reasons I picked up this set in particular is because of the overwhelming amount of rares that are included in the set, especially the old school stuff. So again, I didn't really sort through this yet. I think this actually might just be the common uncommon pile. Yeah. So these are just common uncommon pile. I don't recall if there are any cards that are worth anything in Legions, Legion, Scourge, and Onslaught in the uncommon slot, but could be a couple. So that's something. Let's see. Let's look at this old school. Yeah, this is the one. So you can see these cards are like well loved. Look at the colors, obviously. But if we just take a standard set over here, yeah, look all the different rares I have in here. Some Urza rares, you know, Fallen Empires, right? This is not Legends. This is Chronicles reprint, just so everyone understands. But there's quite a bit of rares here, as you can see. I'm scrolling through here. So something to probably take, you know, one of these days when I have some time, I'll go through this and see if there's anything worth. But one of the cool thing about the set is obviously because this is from a player. A lot of these cards are play sets of things. So I guess the first thing I need to sort is by set symbol. So sort them into their sets and then go through that way. Okay, so what other fun things are here? What are these? These are foils? Yeah. Okay, so these are like some of the, so I'll just give you a sampling of this too. So these are some of the like, just again, cards that are probably not worth too much, but they're just bulk rare type of things. I'm sure there's some stuff in here that's worth. It's just, again, it's players usually have cards like this stocked away, so I think I just sort them out by, maybe these are alphabetical. They feel alphabetical to me, like these are here. Yeah, probably. So one of these days when I have a more time, I will go through this and see if there's anything interesting in here that I would like to use. But like I'll say like Ugin's Insight, probably not worth too much. Unexpected Results, probably not that much. I don't recall any of the stuff being super high hitters, but there's probably a couple buck here and there in this one. But that's not it, right? That's not the end of it. So, let's do this first. So of course, like I bought this set because there's so many other rares included. So here's another, like basically these are like the foils, but just more bulk rare everywhere, right? So there's just rares or cards of value type of thing, you know, for a player. So if they're building decks, they have them. I do believe this is also sorted alphabetically, so probably fairly easy. Blood Artist, Scroll, Brago, yeah. So things that you can definitely easily find cards in here through this. So there's that. And of course, I think this is a third box of rares, or these are the foils. Are these all the foils? No, these aren't all the foils, but as you can see, there's still more things mixed in, even like pre-release cards like this one that's from 2016. Yep, so Indestructibility, I sold a couple of those for a decent amount. I'll probably keep a couple now that I'm playing a little bit more Commander, some more here and there. There's a Hythonia, the Cruel in foil, you know, original Theros. Oh, that camera lighting is terrible now. All right, cool. Yep, so again, just mix of cards here as well. Last thing I want to show you, actually two things, I guess. I'll end on something really fun. So old school, right? This is when Yeah, okay. Well, I guess sunlight's coming in, so we gotta wrap this up real quick. All right. So this is the fun thing about these older sets, right? Is you get a bunch of unsets. Over here it's really funny. They wrote on the box unhinged, correct, and cracked, which is, I guess, the slang name for the egg, so unglued, right? So over here we have a bunch of unhinged cards. No full art lands, but that's okay. I mean, most of those cards are super sought after, so I'm sure they pulled them out before. But here's some unglued cards from really, really long time ago, right? So there you go, some unglued fun things. All right, so last part of this video. Oh yeah, even like a rare here, a rare or two here, like that one. Pretty good stuff. All right, last part of this video, which is one of the things I really enjoyed, is, so I love these old school foils so much. I'm gonna move the camera down a little bit so we get like lens sunlight. I love these old school foils so much. I actually make folders of them now, so I decided to just throw them in here. These are some of the stuff that's worth a little bit more money, maybe here and there, right? So Thieving Magpie, you got the Phyrexians, Heretics, right? Here's Ancient Trumpets, Ticking Gnomes, Opal Avenger, fun stuff, right? Opal Avenger and the Anthroplasm are not worth too much money, but in foil they are kind of rare, so they are worth something. Shelter, people just want that card for the art, I think. And then of course just going through, have a bunch of the stuff. Let's see. Grave Defiler, pretty fun card. Dwarven Blast, Havens, yeah, so, and of course you got Pale Moon over here, you got Riptide Replicator, great card. Faces of the Past, right? March of Souls, just really, really cool, like old school cards, right? And then of course like Deathmatch, great card. And then this person also has some of these like Time Spiral retro frame foils. Apparently they're worth something. I don't know why they're worth that much, but I think it's just because they're super rare. Again, short printing always helps with price. But yeah, just a general foil folder. These are the cards I really like. I don't know. Even if they're not worth anything, I know some of these things I put in here probably are worth something. But even if they're not worth anything, I'll probably just still keep them because they're just kind of fun to have in a binder somewhere. Yeah, so that's it for this collection. I think I spent like a decent amount of money on this actually, because again, it's just like among even the like bulk rare stuff, there was like over, I think when I calculated, about 2,000 or so cards. It's rare, rare quality level. So it's probably worth that much anyways of what I paid for this person. But we'll have to probably take some time, go through them and see if there's anything of value. In general, collections like this are becoming more and more rare, I'm thinking, but I still enjoy it whenever I find old school collections like this. Oh, that's right. One thing, I forgot to talk about this. So anybody who sees this, if you understand what this is, you're pretty old school. So this, just so for people, I don't think it actually works, but for people who don't know, this is what people thought would happen if you could put these like moisture absorbing type of things inside boxes. It would actually uncurl foils. I don't think it will uncurl foils. I think it will prevent them from curling. That sounds about right. But if they're already, humidity curled, then I don't think anything could actually uncurl them at that point. So you're probably stuck. But it's just kind of fun. You pick up old school boxes like this. What is this? World Wake. But it's so banged up. So just fun stuff like this. Anyways. That's it for this video. Just a quick little collection. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you like these kind of collection videos that I do. I can definitely share more of them. But I'll see you next time.